Season 6, Episode 2, Mushrooms and Dragons versus MudFossils University. A quick review about Season 6. It's all about Dragon Master Roger Spurr and his YouTube channel, which is called MudFossils University. A reminder from Episode 1, we taught you that rocks, metals, and land masses are fossils, and we call them mud fossils. Dragon Master Roger Spurr became the Dragon Master by hunting dragons on Google Earth. As we use Google Earth to zoom into North Africa, we are going to show you the dragon that Roger actually discovered. And here is the dragon. Typhon was an ancient Greek dragon. As we zoom in, you're going to see the dragon's facial features better. Right there. You could see his red eye in the center of the screen. You could see the black coming out of his open mouth on the left of the screen. And you could see his throat running down the right side of the screen. Master Roger Spurr believes that this dragon that he discovered is Typhon, the Greek dragon. Set, the Egyptian dragon, has also been linked to Typhon. Could that be Set? In the Bible, in the book of Revelations, it says that Satan is a red dragon with horns and a tail, and it swung the stars out of the sky down to earth, which means it was a gigantic dragon. Is this Satan? Or could it be something different, like Mastema from the Book of Jubilees, or Abzu from the Sumerian tablets? Do you think dragons eat giant fish? Underneath the dragon is a gigantic fish. Here is the fish's eyeball, his pupil, his mouth, all the scales on the fish. You see them running all over. The fish has a tail back here. And when we zoom into the fish's fin, right underneath the fin, you're going to see a part was eaten away. His skin was eaten away. And we're able to see the arterial vessels, the blood vessels. And here is his artery with the blood vessels and the capillaries dumping into the veins. And you can see all of that on the fish. And underneath the fish, we could see the eye of the Sahara. And you could see the optic nerve going around with the cornea and the retina. And this eyeball belongs to this dragon that was coming out of the ocean over here. The east coast of the United States of America is a gigantic feathered serpent. Master Spurr was the one who discovered this serpent, along with that scene in the desert. This next part is where Master Spurr and I have differences in opinions and beliefs. It's up to you to decide who you lean with, Master Spurr or I, the Dragon Hunter. Master Spurr keeps calling this feathered serpent by the name of Quetzalcoatl. Wikipedia says that Quetzalcoatl is a god of life, light, wisdom, lord of day and the winds, ruler of the west. And Quetzalcoatl has two forms. One of them is a feathered serpent to the left, and the other is a god named Ecatl. I found a good article on mythologyworldwide.com, The Feathered Serpent and the Cult of Venus, Quetzalcoatl's association with the morning star. Venus as the morning star. Quetzalcoatl's role in the creation and civilization. It says Quetzalcoatl is credited with imparting knowledge and civilization to the people. He taught them agriculture and arts and community and cooperation. That doesn't sound like a gigantic feathered serpent to me. The role of planet Venus in agriculture and calendar systems. That sounds the same as Quetzalcoatl imparting knowledge and civilization and teaching agriculture, because they are the same thing. The Quetzalcoatl and the planet Venus are the same thing. ChatGPT says that the god Tlaloc hurled the Quetzalcoatl into the sky, and in that moment the sun dimmed and an eclipse marked his death. When the light returned, he rose as the morning star, the feathered serpent reborn. We believe that this is the correct name to the feathered serpent. In Andean mythology, pre-Inca, Amaru is a serpent deity depicted as a winged or feathered serpent. The name Amaru itself comes from the Quechua word of the serpent or dragon. Amaru is the South American face of the feathered serpent archetype. Just as Quetzalcoatl connects earth and sky, life and death, Amaru flows between realms. He emerges from the caves, slithers across the mountains, veins of the earth, and soars like rain and lightning. That sounds like a feathered serpent. I will explain it to you using this ancient Aztec codex. The god in the corner, in the left corner, with the feathers, is the Quetzalcoatl. That is the morning star, planet Venus. The feathered serpent in the middle of the screen, swallowing what would be a gigantic Indian, is the feathered serpent called Amaru. And Quetzalcoatl killed the feathered serpent. Does Amaruca mean land of the feathered serpent? Yes. There is a compelling linguistic argument that Amaruca is interpreted as land of the feathered serpent. Amaru means serpent, and Ka means place or land or realm. Amaruca, land of the feathered serpent. America, land of the feathered serpent. There's his feathers on his head, and when you get to the tail by Long Island, there's his feathers on his tail. He is the East Coast, land of the feathered serpent, America. Besides the feathered serpent, who is not Quetzalcoatl, Master Spurr discovered this 3,000-mile Godzilla scorpion monster that goes across the west coast into Alaska. I am giving the scorpion, Godzilla, dragon monster an outline so that you could see it a little bit better. A scorpion human hybrid called the Akrabamelu, or the Gerteblulu, is a figure in mythology. This creature is subject to many scientific disputes and theories, since the origin and symbolism are still unclear. And in these Sumerian texts, it explains that the Scorpion Man guarded the gates of the west coast as the sun set. And it says that the Akrabamelu head reached the sky. Yes, because he was a gigantic scorpion monster. One of the coolest discoveries by Master Spurr is the Red Sea being a gigantic vagina. And we could zoom in and see the dark strip in the middle. It gets real deep. And then you see the two islands on either side of it. Those are the Bartholin glands. They pinch the vagina shut. Then above, you see the two incoming ways. One would be for urination, and one would be for a baby to come through. And as we zoom out, you see the lips. To our right, you see the lips being stretched and pulled out. But to our left, the lips would be just normal. And that's kind of what happens. And it's a gigantic vagina. It turns red because it's the Red Sea when it gives birth. This is the part where Mushrooms and Dragons clashes with MudFossils University. I've been claiming for multiple years now that South America is a gigantic seahorse. And here is the horse's head. And you could follow the horse's neck down to his body. And he has no legs because it's a seahorse. But what it does have is a horse tail. And below that, two glands that would be the anal glands. And something that looks like it would be a male organ releasing something. Gigantic seahorse. Master Spurr does not agree. First of all, he believes that this male organ and tail is really a footprint. He believes this is a footprint. I'm not really so sure about that footprint thing. And he believes that this is not a horse head, but part of this snake head, which I do not agree with. I followed this snake head back, and what I found are two big lines right here, which could possibly be the snake's body. It does not align up with the horse's head. It seems like the horse's head is laying on top of the snake head. This is not the same creature. Very similar to how Master Spurr keeps calling his dragon by the name of Typhon. Well, we're calling the seahorse by the name of Hippocampus. And there's lots to read up about Hippocampus. You could go on for quite some time. There's even a book about the seahorse called Poseidon's Steed. There are many other dragons and monsters, but you will not hear Master Spurr talk about this storeworm, which they call the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, that runs up into Iceland. And you could read up on the story about how the storeworm transformed into Iceland on Wikipedia. You're not going to hear Master Spurr talk about this Russian dragon or this Japanese snake head with a giant hook in its side of its head, or this gigantic, pregnant, fat-bellied serpent. You're not going to hear him talk about this, what used to be known as the rainbow serpent. Dragon Master Spurr, I hope you're prepared to battle. In our next episode, we're going into Velikovsky.